Good morning, everyone. My name is David Zhao, and today I'll be talking to you about the alcohol overuse and misuse among the Asian American Pacific Islander populations. There are many groups and subgroups under the Asian American Pacific Islander category. East Asians include the Chinese, the Koreans, the Japanese, etc. Southeast Asians include the Thais, the Vietnamese, the Cambodians, and the Filipinos, etc. And South Asians include Pakistanis, Indians, and Sri Lankans, etc. Also not shown on this map, which are also included under the AAPI population, are immigrants from Oceania, which includes Micronesia, Melanesia, and Polynesia. According to Statista, in 2019, the top 3 leading causes of death or mortality are cancer, heart diseases, and stroke. According to the CDC, in 2020, the top 3 morbidity are cancer, heart diseases, and COVID-19. Unfortunately, due to the comparatively low population percentage and makeup, as well as underrepresentation of AAPI, data in both mortality and morbidity are lacking for the state and local levels. Alcohol overuse and misuse has been a persistent issue among the AAPI populations. Some AAPI immigrant subgroups exhibit higher prevalence of alcohol use from the previous months than others. For example, Japanese and Koreans have prevalence rates of 62.1% and 53.2% respectively, which are similar to the rates of US-born individuals, compared to the Chinese of 28.4%, Indians 26.6%, Vietnamese 26.4%, and Filipinos 24.1%. Korean immigrants ranked first by consuming an average of 7.5 drinks per week. It's useful to keep in mind that one drink contains about half an ounce or 14 grams of pure alcohol. Vietnamese immigrants ranked second with weekly consumption rate of 5.1 drinks per week, followed closely by Filipinos and Japanese immigrants at 4.6 and 3.5 drinks per week, respectively. A vast majority of Asian Americans hold their traditional health views closely tied to the traditional Chinese medicine. The traditional Chinese medicine emphasizes the balance of opposing forces, the yin and the yang. Yin is a female force which resembles light, dark, cold, negative, and passive, etc. And the yang represents day, light, warm, positive, and active, etc. Other major AAPI groups, such as the Cambodians, Filipinos, Japanese, Koreans, and Vietnamese, like we mentioned before, all have similar ideology. The Pacific Islanders' health beliefs are also closely tied with their native medicine practices. And those beliefs are often included in their cultural norms, values, and traditions. Like the major Asian American groups, they also have a higher preference to utilize their traditional medicine treatments. However, this serves as a major barrier in terms of seeking professional treatment. They are also more vulnerable to the development of chronic illnesses, which contribute to a significant portion of their morbidity and mortality. Interestingly, Wall and Pierce stated that genetic factors are closely related to and impacting the priority population's alcohol consumption patterns. Specifically, the aldehyde dehydrogenase gene, in short ALDH2, and ALDH22 are present in 30% to 50% of the descendants of Northeast Asians. What these genes do, which are beneficial, is that they greatly reduce alcohol dependence and heavy episodic drinking, which means the higher their levels are, the lower the alcohol consumption. Koreans have higher levels of overall alcohol consumption because of a lower population percentage possesses the alcohol, the ALDH2 and ALDH22 genes. On the right is a picture representation of the chemical formula of ALDH1 gene. First, Dijon and Pierce investigated the effectiveness of the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, in short, NIAA's rapid response to college drinking problems initiative. Some recommended strategies include implementing and enforcing additional laws to decrease alcohol-related driving, increase prices and taxes on alcoholic beverages, and initiating responsible beverage service policies. At the same time, it's important that campus policies are also to be put in place to reduce high-risk drinking, along with educational sessions such as alcohol awareness weeks and other special events, also incorporating alcohol-related information into academic courses to build a more full-scale prevention program. Secondly, Paulser and colleagues closely examined Wisconsin's community readiness to implement environmental and policy-based alcohol abuse prevention strategies. Because of the high alcohol overuse and misuse rates, the Triathlete Community Readiness Model, in short CRM, was created to guide and ensure the community to plan strategically, increase their likelihood of success, and sustainability in substance overuse and misuse prevention and intervention programs. Paulser et al. Listed 9 levels of CRM stages from low to high, which include no awareness, denial, vague awareness, pre-planning, preparation, initiation, stabilization, confirmation/expansion, and professionalization. It's interesting that this stage is similar to the trans-theoretical model. Furthermore, social and political collaborators like coalitions and government officials may influence some communities' readiness, further impact their movement along the readiness stages. Due to various cultural beliefs and influences and different degrees of acculturation, there is no one-size-fits-all approach. Therefore, it's best to carry out our own programs and better engage and mobilize the community to help and support the priority populations. One technique is that small-scale peer group and family peer focus group discussion sessions can be held to better ensure patient privacy and confidentiality, and a safe environment in terms of exchanging ideas and thoughts. In addition, government-funded gatherings similar to the Alcoholics Anonymous or AA meetings, mainly oriented towards the AAPI populations, should be carried out. And during these meetings, brief health education sessions, which educate the participants the harms of alcohol, potential illnesses, and diseases associated with alcohol consumption, as well as coping mechanisms, will be taught. At the same time, volunteers and/or paid experts and professionals in crafts, poetry, painting, and other fields would be invited to help participants develop and maintain various hobbies and interests to serve as coping mechanisms and positive reinforcement to prevent them from relapse. Our field of health education is constantly changing and evolving. So are the priority populations in their respective communities. Fortunately, with the modern technological advancements, we as health educators are able to disseminate health information and material in much more effective, efficient, and timely manners. In addition, simple but useful techniques, such as incorporating more pictures and fewer words, are proven to be the best because the majority of the priority populations have low or very low health literacy. Health educators like us also serve as a bridge between the health information and the priority populations. And I believe that it's the most important to constantly sharpen our knowledge and skills, because being a health educator is a lifelong journey and promise. Here are my references. And thank you very much for your attention and time.